Hello everyone, welcome to BOS Talks. I'm Satyam, founder of Brainoscript and host for this particular episode of BOS Talk. And today we are going to talk about success mindset. Our mission is to bring people from different domain in this platform and share their insights so that you people can grow in your personal and professional life. I'm honored to welcome Ms. Arzoo in this show, and she's a teen mindset coach and life purpose coach. And guess what? She's going to talk about success mindset. So, everyone is ready to hear about success mindset. Here we go.
Hello, Arzoo. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Satyam.
All right, Arzoo. So I'm very excited about this conversation. So we'll start with this. And today's topic is success mindset. Okay. So what do you think? Why mindset is important in first place?
Okay. First of all, thank you, Satyam, for inviting me on this platform. And you have asked me a very right question, like why mindset is important. Being a purpose coach, we always roam around the why of a particular thing. Why is the purpose of doing something, right? So, as you rightly said, why? Let's before going further, I just want you to do a little exercise. I hope you allow me to guide you.
Yes, please
Okay.
do. Yes.
Just take a glance around your space and
Mhm.
okay, what did you see?
Mobile phone.
Anything
There's a
specific?
telephone, a desktop. Okay. There's a cordless phone as well.
Okay. Now just take a second glance and spot red color things in there.
Yes. I can find two, three that's
So
like
how many blue colored things are there?
no one because I focused into red only.
Red. Okay. Take the third glance and then tell me how many. Now you have to count. Green color things are there around.
Two.
Two. Now, this was a very small, very simple experiment, but that tells us why mindset is important. What I did first, I asked you to just have a glance. There was no instruction, there was no goal, nothing. You just saw whatever was visible, you saw that. Okay. Second time, I told you to see red color. So your mind was focused on spotting everything red, red, red. But when I asked you how many blue colored, you didn't think about it. Why? Because I directed you towards that red color. But third
Right.
time when I asked you to count green color, it was more specific. So you actually have to, now also there are red, blue, all colored, everything is there, but now you're more focused and now you have to count them. 1, 2, 3, how many are there? Okay, so that is the importance of mindset. What is a mindset? In a very, I don't like to use jargons that neuroplasticity and this and that, because we have to worry about the application part. Jargons and technical words are good for your assignments and your study purpose, but when it comes to us in day-to-day life, it is always better to understand in simplest form. So mindset is a set of pattern that guides us to take a decision which turns into action. It is that simple. It's a set pattern, but for that matter. And before going further, I want to discuss a little bit about how a mindset develops. We know about
Okay.
young babies, 5, 6 months old. What they do, they don't have any kind of mindset, blank slate. They will prowl around, grab a thing, bang it, taste it, throw it. What they do, they use their five senses and they try to grasp everything intuitively. No one is
Right.
guiding them. You just leave them, you tell them 10,000 times that this is not good for you. They will take it, taste it. If it is sweet, they'll gulp it. If it is bitter, they will spit it. So everything is intuitive. It's natural instinct, we say, right? But when a child grows like 1.5 years old, 2 years old, they start developing certain patterns. How do they get to know? They have experiences. They learn. If it is hot again and again and again, then they know, okay, this is hot, this is made of glass. 2-3 times, if they bang it, they get a slap, they get a scold from somebody. They know now this is something I shouldn't be doing. They know that cause and effect now. It starts developing. So in today's technical word, that programming starts. The software is getting installed now. The programming part starts. Okay. But these are the things which lead to certain kind of patterns. And these patterns, if repeated again and again and again, they become your mindset. But again, there are two factors in mindset development. One is internal, that's your genetic part. Second is your life experiences. Now that includes everything, your physical experiences of kind of, interacting with others, and your emotional, your mental experiences, all this. So human mind is very complex. It's very complex. We praise so much about computers and its quickness and everything, but the entire pattern is based on our brain, and our brain is much superior to that. Okay. So everything happens so quickly because of these two factors, your genetic and your life experiences. Certain fixed patterns are developed, and we subconsciously start taking actions based on those patterns. Okay. And that's why having a right mindset is important. So what is the importance of right mindset? Is that right mindset leads us to take right decisions, and those right decisions take us to take right actions as per the situation. I personally believe, I don't like to, tag things. I always like to say right mindset, because there is nothing right or wrong. Our decisions, our actions are mostly situation based. You cannot say that one thing is good today, the same thing is going to be, the same action is going to be good in another situation. No, it doesn't happen. So your actions, your decisions, everything has to be situational. So yeah, that's the importance of having a right mindset, that leads you to the right actions according to the situation.
All right, great. Arzoo, you have talk about like pattern. So is it same as belief, what we call belief or belief system? The pattern made is what we call belief.
When we say about belief, belief is more intangible. When we say
Okay.
patterns, it is complex. You cannot say your pattern of, there are two things. Even in mindset, we can differentiate in two things. One is how you think, how you feel, and how
Mm-hmm.
you act.
Okay.
So when you say belief, belief is more about internal things. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
beliefs also are developed based on your experiences. For
Over time.
to give a very small example, we can say, I can give you one very small quick story how a belief and your mindset is developed. It's a story of two identical brothers. So they had an alcoholic father. So one brother, they're identical twins, so that means everything is same, everything. One grows up and becomes just like the father, alcoholic. The second brother, he grows up and he becomes a very successful businessman. When they were interviewed, the first brothers, he started with the line, I always saw 24/7, I saw alcohol in my house. What do
Mm-hmm.
you expect me to become? I saw my father doing that. I started following him and I became like that. The second brother started with the same statement. He said, 24/7, I saw alcohol in my house. And I learned what not to do if I want to be successful. Okay. So that is how the mindset works. It's the same environment, but because this is a part of genetics, The environment, the life experiences might be same, but somewhere each and every individual is different. So our belief system also, how we look at things. So that genetic part, sometimes, it is beyond our control. So you never know, even if you put two individuals in the same situation, they are given same resources, they are given same outer experiences, but still they might turn out or react in a different way. So your belief also depends, or it also develops based on these two things. But yeah, this genetics plays very important role in that.
Got it. So when we are talking about belief, so if someone want to achieve some goal, okay. So what do you think? What are some common limiting beliefs which can hold them back to achieve that? Like in
Okay.
general.
So when we talk about a mindset, first of all, I don't like to use the limiting belief because a
Mhm.
very explanation for this, that why our body, okay, um, I would like to put it in this way. When we talk about belief, or when we talk about limiting belief, do you know who is the most protective individual in this world for you, who wants to protect you all the time?
My brain, myself.
Absolutely, my brain. It's not no parent, no loved one, no partner. It's your brain, which
Mhm.
works, which has only one thing to do to take care of your stability. So when we say limiting belief, see, when we say limiting belief, it has a negative connotation to it. Okay, they have negative belief. Okay, but what exactly negative belief is? It's negative belief is a brain's technique to give you that stability. We want to do
Got it.
something, and back of the mind somewhere we have the fear that if I do
Mhm.
this, and then all that, those chemical reactions, everything that happens, and the signal goes there on top floor that, boss, this is something scary, I need to protect my body, my this person I need to protect. And then it gives all those thoughts and feelings that okay, uh, I don't want to do this, maybe I'm not capable of doing this, maybe I don't have this, maybe I don't have that. So what are these excuses? We call it limiting beliefs, but these are the excuses to stabilize your current situation so that you do not enter that danger zone. So it's your
Yeah.
brain's perceived pain that your brain is trying to stop you from. Okay, so that's why it's basically, I don't like to say these are the limiting beliefs. It's just two different ways of thinking and how we can, yeah.
Yes, but Alu, when we are talking about success mindset here, okay, and we are talking about goal-oriented thing. Okay, here we are not talking about the holistic thing and for survival and all those things. If you have some goal, if you want it, okay,
Yeah,
so definitely there are some pattern in your brain that is good for you, but you have to break that pattern to get there. So that's
absolutely.
why limiting for that it is again situational, right?
Yes. So
For the situation, it is
yeah,
limiting.
so as you correctly said that these are the two patterns. We
Mhm.
know that this is going to be there, this pattern is going to stop me from taking the action, and that's why we say it's a limiting belief. The other is, as you said, is a success mindset. Now whenever we talk about success mindset, whenever we talk about mindset, we have to consider five factors. First is the ability of that person, then efforts that person wants to put in. That this is how your mindset is going to affect these five factors, that how you
Okay.
uh, consider your own abilities, your efforts, your challenges, how you look at the mistakes, and how you take the feedback from others. So when we talk about success mindset, a person with success mindset, they will always accept their abilities. They have this mindset that, okay, I cannot be expert in everything, but whatever I need to do, I have the capabilities to develop that. Let me give it a chance. I won't
Yeah.
stop because I haven't learned it somewhere. For example, and it's not in a big thing, okay, if a mother could feel like her child needs to learn French in his school. Now you're not getting any tutor in your area. The mother would say, okay, let me try. We have so much resources nowadays. So the mother starts, learning the alphabets and the small words or everything. So that's a success mindset. It's you're not stopping yourself from anything. You are not saying that my capabilities, my abilities are limited, so I don't take any action. The second is effort. How much effort I'm able to put in or I'm willing to put in. That your mindset tells you. One might think that uh, there is no point in taking the efforts. Things are not in my control. Even if I give my 100%, things are not going to change. It's better to relax. Other person thinks, okay, let's do it. Whatever I can do it, let me try. Then challenges. Some people think that if there are challenges, if there are hurdles, my productivity will reduce. I won't be able to give. I won't be able to achieve. Others think it as a learning experience. Okay, it's a very famous anecdote of Edison, Thomas Edison, that he always said, I don't know if it is true or it's just a story, that somebody asked him, you failed 999 times. And he said, no, 1000th time, I got to know how to make a bulb, but I don't see it as a failure. I now know 999 ways of how not to do that. So it's a way you look at failure. The way you look at challenges. You might stop, you might get disappointed. Trying something requires a brave heart. That consistency matters. So that is how, when you keep yourself motivated, not by giving up, but by doing things continuously, that matters. And the last one is very interesting and very important is feedback, because this is one of the fear people have when it comes to taking right actions. What people perceive them. If you do something, there are people with limited mindset. They will feel, okay, if I do something, people will feel, if I'm not able to complete it, people will look at me and say I'm a failure. They will give me advices how to do this, how to do that. But a person with success mindful, he will always consider it as a learning experience from others' experience. You learn from others. You cannot do each and everything in this life. So you have to be very open-minded to take the feedback from others. So that's how we say that a limiting mindset, we can convert it into success mindset just by giving, little tweak here and there. So we don't have to change ourselves completely and leave this part and then go for the other part. That doesn't happen.
Got it. Got it. So, okay. So here's a question. Like a person is chasing a goal. Okay. Now, in that particular journey, he'll face a lot of failures, a lot of setbacks, everything, right? So, what are the things can help him to get that positive mindset to push more harder towards that goal? So, I just want few tips from you, for those people who just want to get that done, get that target, but they are, again they are facing all the challenges and everything in their life, in their journey, but still they want to do it. So, what are the things they can do? What are the tips you can give to those people so that they can just continue their journey for the same purpose?
Yeah. See, it is very important to understand, first of all, that having setbacks, having traumatizing, not traumatizing, but having setbacks is pretty normal. So we have to develop a mindset. A success mindset will never tell you that you have to be positive all the time. Success mindset teaches you to accept the reality. So you have to develop that with habit formation. It is very interlinked. When we talk about mindset, as I explained, mindset, your genetic is something beyond your control. But when we talk about experiences, your life experiences, anything, how that happens, that pattern happens initially without conscious efforts. But now, if you know that something is not working for you, so we have to have a shift. Again, we need to have consciously we need to develop that now consciously. So the tips,
Okay.
if you ask me, the tips is habit formation is very important. You have to figure out in a particular way, when we say the success mindset, what habits we need. I recently heard somewhere that people come and they say, I want to develop certain habit. Okay.
Okay.
And for example, I want to wake up at 5 a.m.
Mhm.
So they just come, they think, okay, today I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. At mindset, you have so many negative or limiting beliefs that I don't know whether I will be getting up or not, and this and that. So the first step is to make your goals small. Okay. So when you want to change your mindset, when you want to go from limiting mindset to success mindset, if you call it, towards the right mindset, you have to first of all figure out where is the gap, where am I lacking. Once you note it down, then you start working on it with small steps. If you want to reach a peak, you cannot jump and go there, right? You have to go step by step. And many a times why we feel that people don't feel motivated, because they try to take the higher jump, they do not
Mhm.
practice those small steps, and they just look up, they want to go up, and they forget that I was at zero ground level, today I'm at like fourth or fifth step. They don't appreciate their efforts over there, they just see like the peak is too high. So those small steps of habit formation, of discipline, is very important. And that's how you inculcate that those small habits and techniques in your daily life. So goal setting, habit formation, these are the ways to cultivate a particular pattern in your daily routine, so that slowly and steadily it changes your way of thinking, because you take small actions. So it's a loop. You think in a particular way, you take actions, those actions gives, there is a salience, it's a loop we call. The
Mhm.
importance of that action increases in our mind, then our mind tells, okay, let's repeat it. This is a habit loop, how we develop any habit. It's good or bad, it doesn't matter. But we do something, our brain gets the signal that this is important for me. Next time it is repeated, your memory gets the notice, okay, this thing gives me happiness. So it is
Right.
repeated, and it cultivates. So it is same for your mindset, your thinking, and it is starts and ends. So there is a loop. So when it is a loop, you have to consider one point, and what is in our control is taking actions, small steps. So once we start doing it, yes, we will step by step reach a point where from limiting beliefs we start thinking openly about the success mindset.
Got it. So if you want to stay motivated in this journey, you have to think about a small win,
Yeah.
right?
See,
Okay.
motivation, there are two different things, motivation and inspiration. Motivation is always
Mhm.
comes from outside. We see motivation that somebody else is doing it.
Right.
So
Right.
we try to push ourselves. Okay, they can do it, I can do it as well. But we have to think about, inspiration, which should be internal. And for that, we need to accept ourselves. As I said, those five factors, the abilities.
Mhm.
Everyone has limiting abilities. No one is, has superpowers. Those are only in those movies. But as a human beings, everyone is lacking in something and is having something. So when we accept ourselves, we automatically, we try to focus on what I have rather than what I don't have. Whatever I don't have, I will try to learn and do everything. But how to keep yourself inspired is to accept first the way you are. And when we accept ourselves and we tell ourselves that it is okay now to be a failure, it is okay to not to achieve everything that I would try, but my efforts are more important. So reaching that top level may take some time. So celebrating those small actions, they are more important. The small milestones, they are more important than just that, because the growth mindset talks about the journey. Growth mindset, it is the kind of foundation by Carol Dweck that she has said about growth mindset, that it is a journey. It never talks about the result. It never tells that is my goal, and when I reach there, then only I'm successful. It talks about the journey, that you enjoy the process, you enjoy each step, you enjoy each day, and that keeps you motivated.
Got it. Now, if you're talking about growth mindset, most of us think that okay, growth mindset we need just to get that goal or achieve success or all those things. So, how a growth mindset can help a person in overall well-being or in all the areas of their life for happiness and everything?
I said that we start accepting ourselves. Okay. When the moment we start accepting ourselves, we know that these are my limitations and these are my strengths. So we stop comparing ourselves with others. We start enjoying whatever we have. As a human nature, we start looking at what is not there. But growth mindset tells you, or teaches you rather, to focus on those small things which give you happiness. And as the initial experiment that we did, we can correlate with that. That when our mind tells us, look at red, we don't think what exactly is there around us. We just spot red, 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 red. But when we have to figure out green, then suddenly we start saying, okay, green is also there. So when we have a growth mindset, we start focusing. Our mind tells us that once we accept it, we accept the limitations and we start focusing more on what is good in our life. Both coexist. Nobody's life is only problem or only happiness. Everyone's life has certain, it's a mixture of everything, but it's your mindset. If you just keep focusing on what is wrong with me, how am I not going to get certain things, then you will not focus on what good things are there around you. So the growth mindset is actually makes you happy because you start thinking about those small things. You start enjoying your life. You start being mindful. Okay? So these all are interrelated things when it comes to our mindset or brain or anything related to human behavior.
So if you have a growth mindset, if you develop, it's like a thinking habit, right? So if you think something like if you have a pattern for success, for your work, for your goal, the same pattern you have for your relationship, for whatever you're doing throughout your day, throughout your in your life. So
Absolutely.
so in all areas you'll get that feeling of I'm achieving, I'm doing something,
Yes.
right? I'm living my life. All right. So now, what do you think? What are the misconceptions or myths have you heard of about mindset or success mindset or the growth mindset or progressive mindset, whatever you call it? So, what are the myths and misconceptions you have, like what you have heard about?
Yeah, of course, there are many misconceptions about growth mindset. People consider that you have to have either fixed mindset or growth mindset, or it doesn't coexist. It's never like that. Human behavior, when we talk about it, it's not black and white. There is a lot of gray area. So as I earlier explained that the mindset is more about patterns. So fixed mindset is one pattern which is not wrong, which is just a pattern. The growth mindset is another pattern which takes you to right actions. So we have to understand that you don't have to have a growth mindset all the time. It will not lead you to happy that heaven, wala, all those feelings and everything. No, it just directs your life in a better way. Okay. The second misconception is you always stay positive with growth mindset, which is wrong. Nobody can ever stay positive forever, or rather, it is wrong to stay positive. We tell our kids so many times, be positive and do this. It starts backfiring after a certain point, when specifically for young children. As a parenting coach also, I used to tell my parents that never tell your child that always stay positive, which is unnatural. You cannot stay positive all the time. There are so many, all emotions are our natural feelings, emotions, they are natural. When we tell our child, when we tell other people that you have to be positive, that you have to be in a good mood all the time, how's it possible? So growth mindset doesn't tell you to be positive all the time, but that's what people usually think. It's more than accepting whatever emotions you're going through, and after acknowledgement, acceptance, work on that so that you come back. So it's a kind of, it's that cushioning, that you accept it, you fall back, and then you're in a safe zone. Now your mindset is that I am angry, I get scared, I have all those kind of emotions, but I know till what extent I have to entertain that emotion. Post that, I am strong enough. My mindset tells me now it's time to manage it. You don't indulge it for a longer time. Your limiting mindset might tell you, okay, this is all wrong happening with me and this and that. And you do not focus on how to repair that, or how to overcome and manage and go ahead. So this is a myth that growth mindset means you have to stay positive all the time. No, it is not. It is more than managing your all the emotions in a positive way. Okay. And very funnily, people feel that having a growth mindset means you are going to get everything. No, that's wrong. Growth mindset itself, just thinking about something, will never get you think. Even for if you want to drink a cup of tea, sitting in a very nice room, and you keep, people talk about law of attraction. It doesn't happen that way. Thinking, it's a mindset, but it is backed by actions, right actions. It gives you result. You want to have a tea, you just thinking will not give you a cup of tea. You have to get up, you have to go, prepare, do that action. Finally, you get the tea. Or you tell somebody else to prepare it for you. Just your mindset, however positive growth, whatever mindset you have it, just thinking doesn't give. It has to be backed by right actions. So these are the few. There are many people just, tweak it the way they want it. But no, these are the misconceptions. It is more about thinking in a right way, or having that habit, that pattern, or developing that pattern which will take you to right action.
And those are actually, people think like that only, I want growth mindset. I don't want this fixed mindset and all those things. If I want to get success, everything is about mindset. And yeah, that is true in some sense, but yeah, it is not the ultimate thing. All right. So now, for like you have already mentioned that growth mindset is a journey. It's not a destination, right? It's
Absolutely.
a journey. So for the people who want to start with this journey, what are the few action steps you will tell them? Like, they can start from today, like one, two, or three,
Mhm.
whatever things they can do to start the journey and growth mindset.
Yeah, sure. So what we will do, we'll take one example for,
Okay.
as you said, people have a lot of limiting beliefs we were talking about. Very predominantly, I would say, people always think about age. I'm too young to do this, or I'm too old to do it. They think about the abilities. Am I capable of doing it? Then they think about money. For all the business people who want to enter the entrepreneurship or anything, they have a lot of ideas, but they keep thinking about, I don't have money. So the very first thing, when we want to start overcoming these limiting beliefs and we want to start our journey towards right or growth mindset, the first thing is, catching those limiting beliefs. What exactly is stopping me? As I said, that these are the techniques of our brains to give you stability. And stability means you will be happy, but you will not grow, correct? So you are going to be at that. So first thing is write down. When we write down, people usually nowadays, they don't give importance to writing down handwritten. It is very important. It's not old fashioned or anything. It is backed by science that when you write, it's a coordination of your thoughts, your body, and you have to focus more on, writing. When we type, the alphabets are here and there. So if we are more focused on, if you're not very good at typing, then your attention is there figuring out the alphabets. But someone who can write, they never think about how I have to write A and B. It just comes very naturally. You're more focused and you start thinking exactly what, it becomes that, it narrows down your thought process. So always write down. Handwritten is best way to come to that focal point. So write down one step at a time. Write down about one limiting belief. For example, we will take, say, I don't have money, or I'm not capable of doing certain things. Let's take that. I'm not capable of doing things. Write down. I'm not capable of doing X job. Second step is,
Or else we can just think about it. What is the one thing we have to work on? Maybe a relationship, a career, a business.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
like people just think about what are the things you have to work on this particular goal. Okay, now think about it. The first thing, what is the limiting belief? Number one. Now I will continue.
Okay, in that manner, you want to have a larger picture. Then if we talk about the relationship, okay, so a growth mindset will always tell you, first, the steps are same. First of all,
Yes.
think, where is the gap? So write it down. I would always recommend write it down. You are not going to publish it. Write it down. Where am I going wrong? Any kind of relationship with your partner, your children, parents, anything. Write down what is the gap. Are we not talking to each other? Why am I not talking to you? Why am I not being expressive with my, let's talk about the partner. What is the gap? We are not expressing much. Sharing is less. Write down why that sharing is less. Always go back to the source. Why is it not? Was that not earlier? Earlier it was there. Write down. It was there earlier. Then earlier, what was the difference from today and the past? Write it down. Then you come slowly and steadily. You have to consider two aspects. Whatever is the gap, is it based on the past or is it because of uncertainty of the future? If you are not having proper communication in your relationship, is it because of the past experiences you had that with that person, that you tried to speak, or some kind of problems you had, and that's why you're not having that sharing now? Or you are scared of the future, if I share certain things, there might be, it might lead to certain problems. So these two factors we have to consider. Is it based on past experience or it is uncertainty of the future? Once you understand the problem area, then you start automatically, you start getting your answers, that now where I need to work upon. And then it is very subjective, whatever is your problem. So the first thing is, always try to figure out the source of that problem, that limiting belief. Why and what is stopping me? And then keep on working these two aspects, I would say: dependency on past or uncertainty of your future. What is stopping you from taking the right action? And then you come up slowly, one by one, you reach a point where you actually get a action plan. And as in counseling and counseling rather than in counseling, we say that you have, whenever you see a problem, you have two ways: either you solve it or you cope with it. You cannot, if the moment you start avoiding that problem, it just goes multifold. Either try to resolve the issue or make yourself so strong You know that certain issues are beyond my control, so I cannot have the solution. So try to learn to cope with that. That keeps us emotionally strong. And that too will, again, that is the growth mindset again. That when you are emotionally strong, the growth mindset automatically, it helps you in that, because you have that confidence, you have the ability to manage your emotions.
Got it. Okay, that was fantastic. Actually, okay, so actionable step for all the people, as you already told that. Okay, what you have to do, just go take some time out in a week schedule, 1 hour for your mindset. Okay, write down what are the things you have to do. What are your goals? Now write down what are the things. Ask questions. Why you're not getting it? Why not putting that much effort? What are the things? What are the problems? And get the belief system, get the limiting belief, and try to work on it, right? By
Yes.
writing down. All right.
And one thing I would like to add, as I mentioned earlier also, when you make that action plan, start enjoying even the smallest achievement. What people think, that many people must have heard about 80-20 rule, that in any action plan you have to have that scope of 20% which is not working in your way. So
Mhm.
this is a process. You have to, even if it is about a relationship, and you want a very good relationship with your partner, that relationship might take little longer time to develop again. But even if you have a smile or a very good chat or 5-10 minutes good time with your partner, give yourself pat on the back that yes, I achieved it, rather than waiting for something big. They should try that achievable small steps. They should try and start celebrating them. That
Right.
keeps us
Perfect.
motivating.
Like we say, don't focus on the outcome. Enjoy your process. Love the
Absolutely.
process. Celebrate it.
Growth mindset is all about enjoying the process.
Yes. Thank you so much, Arzu, for this wisdom. Most people who are watching this, they love it. They'll apply this knowledge and they'll, transition the life definitely. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this particular episode. This is our episode number 2. And thank you for being here and giving so much knowledge, so much experience, expertise for all the audience. Thank you so much, Arvind.
Thank you so much, Satyam. It was very exciting to be on this platform. I hope our audience will enjoy and learn from it.
Definitely. And we'll do it again in other topics. Okay. All
Sure,
right.
sure.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
So thank you so much, people, for joining us in this episode of Boss Talk. And I want to see you people, every one of you, in the next episode as well. Okay. Till then, I'm Satyam signing off. Bye bye.
I hope that you found today's discussion informative and valuable. Please like this video, share it with your friends. I would like to thank once again Ms. Arzoo for sharing her knowledge. If you people have any feedback, any suggestions, please let us know in the comment section.